Hey guys, Chance Williams here. So that's a pretty sweet ride, isn't it? Very nice little car. This is it. It's an 81 Camaro. I saw this car when it was nothing. I've done quite a bit of work to it over the course of, I think he got started on about 2 years ago. He done quite a bit of work himself. It takes a long time to generate these kind of cars unless you're doing well in life. And I can tell you the young man that owns this car is doing very well in life, and he's like in his late 20s. I'm not scared to sit here and tell you right straight up, he's got $40,000 in this car. And a good chunk of that money has actually went to me on the repairs. I've done the four-wheel disc brakes on him. I've installed the engine in it. I did not do any accessories and stuff like that. He had all that done for as the supercharger, and had it tuned, but the brakes and all that other stuff. And I just installed him a shifter today, and when they installed his power steering hose, whoever did, they actually went back with 5/8 hose, like heater hose, and he was wanting me to replace the gearbox, and it turned out to be the hose was just swelled on it. It was ugly. But anyway, we got him fixed up again. He can go. We got some decent hoses on there, and it sounds really good, runs really good. I think he's pushing out, I think he told me 545 on the horsepower. He's got I assume that's what he's using. I don't know if that's with the meth and water injection that he's using back there either that he had. I think I stopped the camera on that. But anyway, between this and doing consulting today, I've run across a little issue that I want to talk to you guys about, and it's called a slump. And the slump is when you're a business owner, you get bogged down and dragged down. When you don't see the cars coming in, you start getting a little nervous. And you can't tell me you don't, because I've done the same thing my whole life. My first couple of years in business, before I decided to sign on with a management company and let them teach me the proper way to run a business, automotive business that is, because that's all they dealt with. They didn't deal with anything but automotive business. And so I learned a lot of their techniques and stuff like that was cool. It aligned with me, and I was good with that. I didn't have a problem with that. But then I put the wall up and cut it off. I'll tell you why I did. I did because I got scared. I got scared of sitting in the office calling customers when I just got through repairing their cars, and I was wondering, well, did I screw up or something? You know, because I ain't seen them in a while, you know, and whatever, and I get terrified. I get scared. Now, I went from zero to nothing to where I am today because I decided to let the wall down, start doing things business-wise and doing correct and better business practice. One of the business practices I'm going to give you today is if you get through with a car like this and you hadn't done an overall complete inspection, the customer does not know everything about that car before he leaves your facility, you did not do your job. Understand? Two things come out of that. He comes in for an oil change. Mr. Miss Customer, you had 100,000 miles. Here's all the service work and routine maintenance that you do need to get caught up on. People are wanting to take care of their cars nowadays because they cost a fortune, okay? You can schedule those services in all at one time if the customer's got a big enough pocketbook, or you can do them in a little bit of stages for people, working class people like me and you, okay? Bottom line, that is guaranteed generated income. It might not happen the day of, and it might not happen a week or month. They know in their mind that they got to have brakes. They know that they need a tune-up. They know they need an induction service. They know they need a transmission flush. They know they need the tires rotated. Do I need to keep on with that? I'm gonna stop right there. Okay, that's very top of my list, me personally, is you put the dollar, the number of money that you're making or gotta have last. Yeah, I know what you're saying. What the hell does this guy mean by that right there? If you worry about the dollar, it's gonna bring you down, drag you down, it's gonna beat you half to death because all you're worried about is what you've got to pay. Don't let that bother you no more. I learned at a very early age that you can only take so much stress. Stress will kill you. Luckily for me, my whole life I've done really well with dealing with stress. Okay, I've done really well with automotive mechanics working for me that's cost me an engine or cost me a transmission. Didn't handle it so good when I was in my younger years. You can understand how that happened, but I did learn to cope with it as the years went by. So, and that's a learning thing you get. You get better. You get finer with wine, finer with age, as they say, or whatever. Okay, first, put your customer first. Second, put your repair and the services you offer second. Third, you will be rewarded for what you are gaining at the very end. The dollar is the last thing on the chart. Prove me wrong. Where are you going to walk in? They're going to pay you for, you got to be paid first before you do a service. I don't know very many places like that, and if it was, I don't think I would do business with them. Now, I can understand going to Home Depot, putting a deposit down on windows if you buy them, but I'm talking about in this business. How are you going to succeed if you are all the time worried about the dollar, or all the time worried about talking to customers the wrong way, pissing them off and sending them down the road, and you never regain that customer back, or one of your employees does. Okay, the next thing is implement. If you can't implement the things that are giving as business tools, not they're over yonder, but not the air ratchet, okay, not the hand rack, okay, not the electric rack. I'm talking about business tools. That's the hardest thing. Young lad I'm dealing with right now is terrified. He's terrified of doing the things that are needed to keep his business sustained. When we first started with him, we went from about about $2,000 a week up to $10,000 a week. Well, guess what? It's been a couple of months later. He won't implement the things that I needed him to do to keep the damn wheel rolling. Now he's down in a slump. He's feeling horrible and he just can't find the motivation. Here's what I suggest, okay? In order to find motivation, you have to find something that will motivate you. If money is the motivating factor in anybody's life, then motivate on the services that you can provide that people will need to get you out of your slump and keep you prosperous. Pay all the things that you want in life, including taking care of your kids, your wife, your house, your cars, your grocery bills, your credit card bills, all your debt. You can't prove to me that if you get the money first and you give the service last, it's going to be good. No, it's not. You're not standing on your own 2 feet and doing what you're supposed to. So if you have a dream, and it's right here, and you keep dreaming about it every day of the week, and you're dreaming, and you're dreaming, and you're dreaming, and you do nothing to implement that dream to push it down the road, how's it going anywhere? I mean, explain that to me. How is it going anywhere, okay? What if you got a customer that's irate, done called 50 times, you won't answer the phone because you're procrastinating about the reaming you're fixing to get. You're not handling it as a professional. Okay, I'll give you a scenario. Here's one other piece of advice for you. So I've gave a couple, and I'm fixing to give you one more, and I'm gonna be out of here. Say you're in this profession, okay? You're in this profession. Say, for instance, you got a friend way over yonder. Hey man, can you put an engine in for me? Sure I can. Well, all right, cool. Well, how much is this gonna cost me? I got the engine. It worked out because they were friends. I highly do not recommend letting people supply parts. That will kill your bottom line. But anyway, they worked the little friendship out. It didn't go well. It went south a little bit. The wrong words were said, and now there's heat between these two guys. That's fine. It's over and done with. Get over it and don't dwell on it. Move on. You done said your piece between one another because everything went well, but say if there's a check engine light on, if that's what the case was or whatever it was, okay? If a customer calls you and say, hey, you know, I just got my brakes done there, they're squeaking. Do not tell that customer, well, it's not us, it's the brake pads. Yeah. It's them brake pads. Well, my God, I paid $140 for them brake pads. Well, yeah, you know, they're building them cheaper nowadays. I think you're getting that stuff from China. Oh my God, don't do that. You tell the customer, yes sir, not a problem. Can you bring it in today? Can you bring it in tomorrow? Please get it by here. We need to make sure everything's good and safe on it. If it's the material, the pads will take care of it. Keep the damn information short to the customer. Just promise them that you will take care of it. Get it in the door and be done. Don't give them more information. Well, it's not us. No, you know, it's China or it's Japan or Mexico or Toledo or whatever. Don't do those things. Immediately say, yes sir, not a problem. Let's get that thing in here and get it taken care of. If not, you're not doing your job properly, okay? And remember, if you have dreams and you have this aspiration of being this and you can't make it move forward, you got to find the motivation that puts you there. If it's the money, put the customers first. You'll get there. I guarantee you will. I know this. I've lived it. Take care, guys.